Okay, let's do the year 2023 theme report, energy theme report for different continents or countries. Okay, so for those of you who did not watch at least the first half of the conversation with Lorna and Kristen, where I talked about part of the 2023 energy, I will repeat myself. Okay, so the collective energy, what I saw for the year 2023 was like in those horror movies when they're showing an old film and all these old images show up and it's kind of yellowy. Well, that's what I saw. And I saw all of these, like all of nature, kind of everything drying up, and it was like desert, cracked desert. Everything was dying and shriveling up. So that was a pleasant image, kind of like a sandstorm and a Tasmanian devil twirling around. And what I heard were words like war and oppression. And the word that I got for this year is igniting, end of days. So sounds very apocalyptic, but of course, this is all metaphorical, that systems are dying, everything, that like it's really going to take, it's really coming to a head beginning this year. Okay. The hexagram that I got for this year is 24. And it's about, it's the hexagram is called returning, and it's returning of the light. And in hexagrams, there are 6 lines. And in the 24th hexagram, the first line is the line that has the light. The light is now entering, but all the 5 lines above it are still dark. So we have a little bit of light that is coming in, things that are going to be changing, recalibrating, but still a lot of darkness going on. The line that I got was line 5. And this is all about, it's kind of like, so let's see, what do I want to say? It talks about being noble-hearted. And, you know, we think, oh, being noble-hearted is good, but it really isn't. It's about being noble-hearted and letting others off the hook, meaning someone has done something that is egregious, crosses your boundaries, something in life, maybe not just personally, but other, you know, this is about people in general, perhaps people in governments, whatever, that we can't, that being noble-hearted is taking on an image like I'm supposed to be good and let these people off the hook. And when that happens, we create a love-hate relationship, and that just creates more fate, more issues. So it's not about, let's see, once again, I can't read my notes. It's terrible. My notes are terrible. And I've got pages of them, so bear with me. It's because we don't want to hurt the other person. So we like, okay, it's all right what you did. And we're really not supposed to do that, that we're perhaps in some instances, we are to break the relationship or to enact some kind of justice, a human form justice. We can absolutely have feelings of understanding. We understand that the ego in them created this, and we have empathy or sympathy, but we are not to allow them off the hook. So I think that's kind of a general theme for everything that's going on, that you know, maybe a political person does something really bad and we're like, oh, okay, well, okay, keep going, and we'll let you off the hook. Okay, so none of this noble-hearted business. That's an image that damages both people. So let's move on to my little tour around the world. So yeah, for the US, what did I see for this year? I saw a bunch of like chaos, upheaval, riot-like scenes, like uprising. And the word that I got, let me see here, for this theme is called subordination or subordinate. And that means that the US is, the ranking of the US is being not demoralized, but going down, inferior in rank or lower order. So that's what's happening. I you know, I guess our global standing is going down based on all this uprising. We can't control our people, blah, blah, blah. And that's where, again, I saw Biden's health, something going on. But I also saw at the same time the US flag being replanted, a replanting of the US flag. So two things are happening. Maybe it's the uprising of people that they're replanting, what America stands for them, while at the same time, globally, the US is just being seen as inferior in rank. Okay, and the only image that I could get for a major event, strange little image, when I was asking what is an event or the events that are most probable to happen, and all I saw, it's so random, was a carousel, horse carousel, like at a theme park or like a state fair, and it felt like, mass shooting or some deaths or something involving a carousel. And like I said, a lot of countries where I was getting blacked out. So who knows? Okay, let's move on. Checking in with England. Again, I got blacked out. And I will tell you, this blacking out not only felt like my own blacking out, like my vision is being stunted, but it also eerily felt, and I don't get this, I don't think I've ever gotten this, and it got even stronger at the end, where it felt like there was an outside force blacking things out. I don't know if that's possible, and anything's possible. So all I could see were a couple of balloons, 4 or 5 balloons, colored balloons, once again, rising up. And to me, that denotes people leaving their earthly body. And the word that I got for Britain, England, was reclamation. And it's a revoking of something from the people, their cries of no. And the feeling in England is very stoic. I mean, I guess that's normally, but it's like going to be very like stoic. The people are revoking something. Their cries of no's. Okay. And then I went out and looked, just at UK in general. And England again was blacked out, but surrounding England, what I saw was all these little sparks of light. England dark, the rest sparks of light, and then beams of light going up. And the word that I got was suppository, but it's to put something in, put something under. And I just feel like these other, I don't know what you call them, I guess countries or states in the UK, are putting the light underneath. I don't know how to explain it, but sparks of light are coming from surrounding England. Okay. All righty, so let's move on. Look, when I check in on Europe, this is a very difficult because there's so many diverse countries that, I couldn't do every country. So this is really way out there, panned out there for the feeling of Europe in general. And I saw the center of Europe on fire. Don't know what that is. I was feeling more like France, but whatever. But the word that I got was transcendental. And when I looked it up, the meaning that was coming to me was that there is a idealistic movement happening across Europe that is transcendental, a transcendental philosophy that is rising up in the people. Okay, China. What I heard was fall of a kingdom was very dark, and then it was like, when shit is going down in action movies and it's dark and it's in the city and the helicopter is flying around. This is what I saw. and I heard the word reconstitution. There's a lot of re's going on in these countries. So fall of a king or a kingdom, dark reconstitution for China. North Korea, woo, I felt, that's all I ever see for North Korea are missiles. And this felt like I felt the missile, like it wasn't a test missile. I didn't see it. Did I see it, Rod? It was either a missile or a rocket. And I felt like it was like right on the verge of being really launched. And I got the word, it wasn't clear if the word was valiant or violent. So we'll just let that go. For South Korea, I saw a book. Let's see, how did I see this? The page was burning, but it was burning at the binder, and one half of the book was falling off. And all I heard was "be free" for South Korea. For Australia, and all of these images that I'm getting now are very in line with the visions that I did, this little tour that I did, God, 5 or 6 years ago, where I was jumping into maybe 2025 or maybe 10 years into the future. These visions are all matching what I saw before. Okay, Australia, there was this huge wave coming and it hasn't crashed yet. It's like, here's the continent of Australia, and this huge wave is like right here and one drop, but it's like on the edge of hitting. And let's see, it's just a little bit of water coming in, and the theme and the word that I heard was reimagining. And when I saw Australia, like they're going to be like the shining example of something in the future. And I just feel like this huge wave is about to crash, and they're getting little leaks, and they're going to be reimagining everything. Okay, Africa, I saw rain. That's it. I just saw some rain on a desert, and I heard repopulation. I don't know what that means. South America, again, too many different diverse countries going on, but in general, dark clouds, and one drop was dropping in. And I heard colonization. And I don't know if it's colonization to reforestation, but those two words, colonization and reforestation. It almost sounds like a negative and a positive, but I don't know if like there's going to be a like a colony of people, or the people are going to, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe all of South America is going to come together. I have no idea. Reforestation. Okay, Canada. Well, this is where it got really weird. I couldn't see anything. It was completely blacked out. And I heard the words, no, 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 blacked out. And then I saw steel walls going up around the country. And I literally heard, this gives me chills thinking about it. I heard, mind your own business. And that, even just saying this now gives me chills because it was so strong. And that's what's making me think that there's these very prominent countries where things are getting blacked out. There are outside forces that are keeping people with that perhaps can see a little bit, not like I can see so tiny. I just wonder how other people are experiencing this. Anyway, or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my own mind saying, like my higher self saying, look, enough, mind your own business. So that's what I got for 2023. Okay, that's all I got. Until next time.